Michael De Silva's, how you doing today? I want to say something to you all. You know, a lot of you all are not giving. Some people are, but most of you all don't even watch my videos. And I know a lot of you all just, it seems like the way you all come back, it's like you don't care. And you know, I love getting God bless you and Jesus loves you and all those things of goodwill, but money is what we need here. Denario, okay? That means money. You know, because that's what allows, that's why I'm putting another sermon out this week. I'm still preaching, but I'm not transmitting them because you're not paying. So if you want to see the sermons, I need to see some denario, okay? Because I do a labor of love, but this does cost. And so I don't know how to stress it to you or how to get it to equate between your ears to see and brain power wise to get you to function to understand the replications here. I know you probably all, doing all your things, and maybe you think you got it hard, but when you don't bless others, you don't get blessed. And when you don't help out, you don't get blessed, right? So, but I just wanted to say that please give and donate. Don't just do lip service or do good intentions, but really be challenged. Ask the Lord to challenge you to give because it's so important. Many people are asking for help because we need it. And if we didn't need it, we wouldn't ask for it. Because believe me, this ain't helping my lifestyle. Because if my lifestyle was so good, like I've always said, I would not even ask you for a dime. Like I said, I'm on Social Security. And I'm not making, I've got, bills here to pay. And things are getting higher and nobody seems to care. A couple people give, but those who give is fine. That's great. But others people need to give because that's what helps the ministry. Because there's so many things that I do give out here to help you. But I don't feel like I'm getting the same thing back. So, and you all send all these fake, malicious, or scamming posts that really don't mean anything. I'm going to get $6,000 in 2 days. That was a big scam. And did you see all the spelling errors in that? That should have clued you in who was sending that thing out. You all just keep sending stuff out and don't even pay attention to it. And think, well, I'm not going to get involved, so I'll just send them the post. Just, when really you're not going to do anything. So don't send me no posted lies and stuff because you're no better than the person who sent the scam in the first place. Did you see all the spelling errors in there? Because people, when they write posts, don't send them with spelling errors like that in there. You got a college education. I know a lot of y'all do. You don't send posts with spelling words like that and they're misspelled. Anybody that has any common sense or knows how to type, don't misspell like that. That's how you know that post was a scam, but you all don't seem to understand that. You don't look at stuff. You read it a little bit and go, oh, that sounds nice. Oh, let's go and send it because it came from a friend. Well, how do you know somebody might have hacked that person's account? And maybe they sent it to you so they could give it to other people. So I didn't send it on because it could be a virus. It could be malicious. Okay, and you all need to understand that. Okay, see, this stuff I tell you because I'm a computer person. Okay, that's what I do for a living outside of being a preacher. Okay, and you all send a lot of stuff out and don't even look at half of what you sent out. Because I can know a number of you who sent me stuff where you don't read any of it. You might look at the first couple lines and say, oh, that sounds good. Let's go ahead and send it out. Oh, that's wonderful. That's legit. No, it's not. There's spelling words, grammatical errors. When people scam, they always use grammatical errors and don't talk in complete sentences, and they always misspell a lot of things. Why? Because it's a scam because they're rushing to get it out so they can scam you. You get it? And they use phrases or borrow phrases from other things. See, a lot of y'all don't know that. But if you read the whole message, you would have picked up on that. All right? So when people are going to send money to people, they don't scam you, okay? They don't send you notes that are fake. And anyone that sends fake stuff, they must be fake too themselves because they're not reading. That's why I say read what you put before you forward it. Make sure you read what you're getting. It's just like that missing girl. That was a scam. I've seen that going around about the missing black girl. That girl has been found. Okay, but that it's still circulating because you all don't keep up with the news. That's why I didn't share that. Okay, so in a lot of these virus scams that you get, and all these little, smell this perfume. Well, let me tell you something. If someone comes to me and asks me to smell perfume, I'm not going to smell it. Because number one, I don't know what's in the bottle, and I don't know what's in the little wipes. So, yeah, you shouldn't be smelling things that you don't know what it is, potentially, if it could be poisonous. I mean, that's common sense, folks. But you need to read these things, because that was a scam, too. So don't send me all these posts that are fake and they're scamming and malicious. I mean, some of you all probably have been hacked. Some of these have virus code in them, and they could have got your information. You got it in your box. When you send it to other people, then they got your information, they got my information. So you all need to be aware of what's going on out here. You understand me? That's why I say, listen to what I'm telling you. I can teach you a whole lot of stuff. Not just about the Bible and about Jesus, but about cyber computer stuff. Most of you all are very ignorant, and you are, because you don't know. And that's okay. That's why I'm here to tell you. So don't send this foolish stuff out and waste my messaging box. You know, if you want to help, give some money, okay? That's the best way you can help this ministry. Because I know you can't be here physically doing the work and getting the food out to the people around here or around beyond the community. And there's a food bank here we're working with too and stuff. So you can't do all that, but the way you can give is help by making a financial contribution. Now, I want to say, if you got clothes you'd like to donate to Harbor Square, you can donate clothes and make sure they're, adult clothes, like for elderly people, like clothes you got that are nice. Don't bring a bunch of clothes that are worn and colored or have holes in them, but bring clothes that are used, but they're in good condition. Because you got to remember, these people don't have money over here. So remember to think about the people, the elderly. Give in that way, you can help that way. Give maybe to help with donations here. And you can drop that off at the multi-purpose building and talk to Lulian Gonzalez or Janine Brown. She's the landlord here, okay? And just tell them this is from New Hunter Church of Christ, and these are clothes for the clothes closet. They'll know what to do. I've already talked to them about it. So make sure that you let these people, tell them who you're from, what church you're with, and this is the clothes you're dropping off for the Harbor Square Community Clothes Closet, okay? So we want to give elderly people here some clothes, because a lot of them don't have a lot of money. They're very poor over here, so we want to help a lot of people that we can, any way we can, because that's what the Church of Christ does, is function through the hands of people. Like when you give me money, you're not just helping me pay Logos Bible software and the internet. You're helping me to get the word out. You're helping me to be able to do things just like that, what we're talking about. You're helping me to be able to get more things for the library of Logos on the cloud. And you're able to help me to pay the bills that are with the internet and the church here. Because my church is online mainly right now. We do not have a physical building here per se. Now, if we get a lot of people, we could meet over there in the fellowship hall in the multi-purpose building, but I got to rent that facility. And I've rented it before and nobody showed up. And I can't be paying, whatever it is, every week to rent it, and nobody show up and there's no offering to take because nobody came. I mean, that really discouraged me, because I announced it on Facebook and everywhere, a few years back. I don't do that anymore. We just do it online, because none of y'all from outside the community showed up, and nobody from the community here showed up. You know why? Because most people here are not Church of Christ. They're Baptists. They're Catholic. We have some Catholics here. We have some Jehovah's Witnesses here, but most people are Baptists. And so they didn't show up because I wasn't talking in their faith. That's why they didn't come. Even my friend Kathy downstairs, she's really, really nice. She didn't come because she was at church, at her church, where she goes. And that's fine. But what I'm saying is, it's not because she didn't want to come. She probably would have came if she didn't go to church. But see, nobody came. And then nobody from the outside, since it was announced on the internet, nobody came. Because it's open to outside people too. You can come. Because I'm renting the facility. Anybody can come inside or outside the community. And you just park where there's a space. There's plenty of spaces over here to park. Believe me, you can park over here on this side or on the other side across the way. And there's plenty of spaces for you to park in. But the thing is, if you don't come and if you don't give, I can't do this preaching thing anymore. That's why I have not put nothing out online the last 2 weeks, in case you all were sleeping. It's because there's not a lot of donations coming in. And we need donations. I mean, I really need your help financially with this stuff. Because it's, it's getting to the point to where it's getting very hard on me. And it shouldn't be like that for a preacher that does a lot of stuff. And it shouldn't be like that for me, because you all should be more willing to give and have an attitude of love and an attitude to help. It shouldn't be where I should have to knock your door down to get you to give a little something, to throw through bins. It's just like, someone was telling me the other night, more people should give because you give a lot of information. You have a lot of good content, but nobody, it's like everybody wants to suck it all up for free, but they don't want to give nothing, or they don't want to do nothing. They might put a like on there, like, and put a comment on there, amen, but a lot of people that do this don't even watch the video. So that's frustrating as all get out. And to me, it doesn't make sense. I'm going to watch just a few seconds of it, because I can see how long you watch. And it's not because I'm bad. It's just that you get an idea just because you hear a few words, because you know everything. And you haven't even watched the content. I mean, you probably do this with your preacher at church where you go. You get a whole idea, and then you start looking at the weather on your phone and tune him out. You just go there to fill time just to say you went to church. And that's why you miss out on a lot of things that are being said, because you only hear a couple minutes of it, if that. And then you go somewhere else, you're not even there, even physically, you're in the pew. But that's what you do online. I've noticed that too. And I think a lot of preachers notice that. And it's not because the preachers are boring. You're just there just to fulfill your time and to give your money somewhere. And what I say is you need to be challenged to really, really want to give and really feel like you're really somewhere where it's rock solid, where you're actually learning something. You're not just going to fulfill time or to please your family or friends. You should be going because you should go. And when you give to us, you don't give because of how they feel about it. I have somebody say a mean comment. He don't even watch my videos. His name is Fritz. I don't even know who he is, some black dude, because I looked up his ISP, and he's not even in the United States. But he says, like, well, if you had a better video, and he's got a channel, and he don't even have nothing on the video on his channel. He don't have nothing. And for him to have the gall to say something about me, he don't even do videos. So if he can do a video, Mr. Fritz, why don't you put some videos on your channel, cowboy? And why don't you get up here and do this stuff? And if you can do it a better job than I can, I take you up on your challenge, sir. But if you can't, then you need to keep your big mouth shut and stop writing things on the comments, because I'll disable your butt where you can't comment. I'll take that off of YouTube. I can go into settings and turn you off. And nobody will be able to comment. Because you're going to write comments on my videos, and the next time you do that, it's going to be where you can't do that anymore. No one will be able to, because I'm thinking about just turning the whole comment thing off. Comments are only supposed to be for encouraging, or maybe something to change, but you're saying stuff that's blasphemous and heresy. You're being mean and you're insensitive, and you're not thinking about, you haven't seen all my videos, so you don't even know half of what you're talking about. So you need to watch the videos, like I've always said. You all need to watch the videos. Don't just make your mind up over a few seconds. We live in this high-speed culture, and we get caught up in that. We think just because we hear a few seconds, we know what it's all about. When you don't even have a clue about what it's all about. So you need to watch it. You probably do that. Everybody does this automatically, because we do that with the TV. We fast forward. I do it. I've been guilty of it myself. When I go and listen to a sermon, I listen to the whole sermon. I don't just guess it and just say, oh, am I going to listen to this person for a few minutes because I already know kind of what it's about because he just said what the thesis of his sermon is? So since I already know what the thesis is, I don't need to listen because I don't like it. So I'm just going to tune him or her out because I don't like it. It's not what I want to hear or listen to. That's what a lot of people do, though, right? But it's not right. I mean, because you don't know what's going to be said. You might know a thesis, but that don't mean you know everything about that sermon. And maybe it's something you don't want to hear because it's stepping on your toes because you're not doing right. And that's why you're not listening. That's really what it is. But to give you some more news on the Shield saga, Beth Ann is still coming over. She's going over to my neighbor Miriam's house down below me. Apparently she's talked to them. So Sean has gossiped to Miriam, and she goes over there sometimes during the night because, the door opens and all. And I heard somebody whistling. She was over there yesterday. And like I'm saying, it's just weird how that's going on. I don't care if she's over here, but they don't have to be secret about it. And then I hear that they're thinking that I'm going to retaliate because I hear them out there talking. It's like a policeman was over there talking to Miriam yesterday or something. Somebody's out there thinking I'm going to retaliate against the family thinks I'm going to retaliate. I'm not going to retaliate. I'm not a kind of person that retaliates What I don't like is when people say things when they don't even, they think they know me and they don't really know me, because if they're thinking those kinds of things, they never really knew me to begin with. Because I'm not the kind of person that retaliates. When I say I'm not going to come to your house, or I'm not going to, come over and talk to you, I don't do it unless you bring me back in the family. There's no retaliation there. So whoever's telling you these voices, or if it's in your mind, Shields, you need to stop hearing those voices, because they're telling you the wrong stuff. Because I'm not a retaliation kind of guy. Sean is a retaliation kind of guy, because that's why she's over here talking to my neighbors and letting Beth Ann be passed around between some of them. That's the retaliation, because, if I'm this big predator, like I've always said, she shouldn't be anywhere over here. But because you don't have money and you're cheap and you don't have nobody else to watch them, you take them over here because you can charge these elderly people, and they're just being nice out of the kindness of their good heart to watch your child. And really, it's not their responsibility, and they don't really know anything except what you're telling them. And see, that's what's really going on here. You know it, and I know it, because you're the kind of person, because you always want to try to get something for nothing. And see, that's why these older people, they'll do it for next to nothing. Barbara will watch Beth Ann and the boys some, because she's doing it for next to nothing. And you're talking to her and listening and entertaining her lies and suppositions that she's talking about, and she don't even know half of what she's talking about. And you know better than they are by doing all that. And I can't talk to you, so this is the only way I can reach out. And I ain't being mean. I'm just telling you the writing on the wall. And if you don't like it, then you need to stop being that way. And you need to start talking to me instead of talking to everybody else all around town and store and saying you're Jesus and passing out tracts at Walmart when you're not acting like Jesus at all. You need to come talk to me face to face and stop spreading your lies around. Okay? Stop passing your kid around to the neighbors here, too. Because if I'm this big predator, which is a lie, why are they below me and across the hallway from me? If that's really true, then why are they over here? And they shouldn't be here at all. Okay? Because nobody knew these kids at all. And now all of a sudden, you're talking to people over here. And it's kind of weird how that happened after this has happened, me being excommunicated. But, a prosecutor would ask that question if we were in a courtroom, because that's exactly what they would ask. Why would you continue to bring them over there unless you're harassing him or taunting him? Because the fact that you told a lie that wasn't true, and that's why you're continuing to bring them over there. And see, that's what a prosecutor would say. Okay, because that's really what they would say. Because nobody usually normally does that. They usually find someone else. They usually go somewhere else. I mean, I don't have a problem with your daughter being over here, but it doesn't have to be a secret, because I already know she's here. And the only way it's a secret is sneaking it around like a little rat, because that's what rats do. It just shows the kind of person you are, a sneak and a gossiper. And if you're not that, then prove me wrong and stop doing this stuff. And talk to me and let's work things out. Because you're acting like a little kid. You're acting just like a little teenager. You're not acting like an adult or responsible person. And you're putting these people in with questionable people. Miriam's a nice person, so if the kids were over at Miriam's, I'd be happier. But talking to Barbara or Danny is not the right association. They're not the right people, okay? So if you're passing them around to all these people, you don't know a lot what you're doing. And these people lie to you. These people are expert liars. And yeah, they might have said, oh, he'll say that. Yeah, he'll say that. He always says we lie and all. But it is true, they do. Because they're sociopaths. And if you believe what they say, then you must be one too. Because these people don't want me here, okay? And people are going to lie because they want me out of here. So, of course, they're going to tell you all that stuff, right? Because they don't want me here. They don't like me, okay? That's just common sense. Because they don't, all right? So, what I'm trying to say is here, all right, she shouldn't be over here. You should talk to me. Because I'm the person where all this stuff, and you should stop talking to these people, okay? Whoever else you're talking to over here. Because these people don't know me, for one, all the way as well. And some people you're talking to are not the right people. So you need to stop doing that, okay? Because most normal people don't do that. Because if they're right in their head, they wouldn't send their kids somewhere where a bad person is, or where an incident happened like you described, which did not happen, okay? Because you wouldn't have them over across the hallway. And if I was a predator, I wouldn't be living here at Harbor Square. Okay, so that tells you a whole lot right there. That says a whole lot. So you might want to, as far as anybody that's retaliating, it's not me, it's you. Because you keep bringing your kids over here. And you keep having them over at barbers, and you keep having them to different places over here. Passing with Miriam downstairs, because I heard you talking to Miriam. I was outside, something told me to go out there, and I was out there listening to the whole conversation. And this happened back in March of this year, about March or April, early in the morning. So, you all arranged it through Barbara Poe. And Barbara Poe and Miriam still talk some. Not a lot, but they try to do it on the side. But I've seen them out there talking to each other, exchanging things and stuff. So, they can be kind of slick, but I'm slicker because I actually saw that. And, I know that's how this stuff goes on, okay? So what I'm trying to tell you is work it out with me and stop all this stuff, okay? Because it's really making you look more guilty. Because normal people wouldn't do stuff like this if I was a crazy predator, which I really am not. And I think you know that. You just didn't want me in your family because my religion's different than you, and my views are different, and you can't be an adult and realize that other people have different views and still agree to still love them anyway. So you had to make up, do all this to get me out of the family. And that's really what really happened. And I think you know that too. Okay, and that's why you had to use this, because Charlie wouldn't dismiss me on just religion differences. So you had to come up and you had to up the ante. So that's what happened. That's really what I think really, truly happened. Okay, and a lot of people I've talked to who you've been friends with, who are no longer friends with you, have told me similar things you've done similar to this nature to them as well. So, there's a pattern here. Okay, but anyway, I just want to get this out because I can't talk to you, Sean, in person, because you won't talk to me. So if you don't want this stuff all over the internet, then maybe you should start talking to me like a normal, rational, responsible parent and a growing human being. Because I don't like the harassment, okay? And I don't like the innuendos, and I don't like hearing all the, what he said, she said coming from your mouth. And I have to go and clean it up all the time. So stop talking about me behind my back. Stop gossiping. Stop spreading lies around. Okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. So anyway, but, this is what I've had to deal with. This lady won't leave me alone. I mean, she says she wants me out of her life, but she brings her kids over here. Okay? And to me, it doesn't seem like she really wants me out of their life. I love the kids, but it don't seem like she wants to close the door because they're still over here. So that's what I'm dealing with. I mean, to me, it makes sense that either something's really wrong here. The story keeps changing. I hear all kinds of versions of the story. It's not the same story, so there's definitely a lie there too, because it keeps changing. I've heard 4 or 5 different versions of the rumor of what Sean has said that people have come to me and told me in confidence. And of course, they don't believe her because they know she's lying, just like I do. But with people like that, you just have to kind of pray for them and hope that the demons or whatever's in there, the spirit that's got them doing this mad, enraged, jealous, or defeated, or kind of humiliated, or manipulation, or controlling tactic that they got going, that they hope that they can get the help that they need in prayer, and maybe psychological, maybe a neurological, psychological work needs to be done to get the medicine changed, But whatever the case is, we need to pray for this person because they really need lots of help. And I pray for the kids mostly because of a lot of that's going on there with the kids, intimidation and brainwashing and all that she does. That's going on there too as well. So just keep that whole family and situation in prayer because there's a lot of abuse and things going on there, verbally and physically, and well, not physically so much, but mentally. I don't mean to say physically. I hope there's not some physical abuse, but I know there's a lot of major mental abuse going on with the children, and manipulation and brainwashing going down. So just be in prayer for that and hope that they can get that under control. And, hopefully God will definitely help this family to get Sean under control because she definitely has some serious mental problems and has a lot of, has some paranoia and schizophrenia issues and really is smothering and overprotective. And that's the result of being paranoid, schizophrenia. That's what happens because it amplifies all that. So anyway, I just lift that family up in prayer because there's a lot of problems there. Also be in prayer for Katie and Lori Carter and hope that they will do continue to do what they do because they're doing wonderful things for the Lord, and hope that Lori's cancer can be under control and Katie's diabetes can be under control, and that her sugar will get lower to be more in a safe range, like under 200, because it's way over that. And so pray that will come down, and also pray for me too, and hope that people will donate more because it's really frustrating out there. The internet's probably going to be cut off probably tomorrow or sometime this week. So we need about $700. I've asked for $1,000. If you check the post, I did ask for that. So you can go back and look. But if you can give, whatever you can give is a blessing. You know, Doug gave $80. Maybe a few more of y'all can give $100. You know, or give whatever you feel led to give. Maybe $10. You know, 100 of you. You know, there's like almost 600 people that watch my videos. So if you all gave $10, that would be more than enough to take care of these bills. The internet and the logo software, you know, would help with that dramatically. So I really appreciate Doug for your help, and thank you for everything that you do. I love you, man. Hope everything went well in Reno last week. And God bless you all, and take care. I'll see you later. Bye.